And this motherfucker was like 6'5", literally, like in good shape. Like he was a big ass dude. And so he's like rummaging through my truck bed now when I come outside. And so I waited to cock it back when I was outside, so hopefully he hears that. I slammed the door. That wasn't enough. The guy starts just walking at me in my front yard, like aggressively, like moving towards me. I'm like, this is my house. You're coming after me now, you know? But when he did that, I had a gun. So I showed, I'm not going to say on the internet exactly, I didn't point at, I showed him, you know, that I had a gun. And I was fully ready to protect my homestead.
Wait. So did you wait?
What's up?
What's up, you son of a bitch?
Not much. Today's my first day unemployed.
Oh, you're done already? You're moving that quickly?
I mean, I wasn't really planning on it, but I'm not even moving any quicker. But when I was talking to my boss about it, my father, he was like, I thought he was gonna, you know, because like it's a family thing, you know. So I thought he was gonna be kind of upset or, you know, it's gonna be awkward. But he was really excited. He like loves the plan and everything. So he goes, when I told him, he's like, I love it. And I told him about Florida and everything. And like, he loves Florida right now because, you know, super conservative and like COVID's not real, that kind of shit. And so he's like, I'm going to lay you off tomorrow. This is on Thursday. And I was like, well, no, like,
so you can get
I'm not like, well, he's like, I'm going to lay you off so you can collect unemployment. Like, you're not going to quit. I'll lay you off. So that way.
That's like some insider trading.
Unemployment.
If I had, that's like insider trading.
Oh, shit, man. Are we recording?
Yeah.
Cut that part.
It's a conflict of interest if I've ever seen one myself.
Okay. But he has to pay into unemployment the whole time I'm employed anyway, you know?
Right.
So he's like, you might as well collect unemployment because I've been paying into it anyway, so I'll lay you off. You're not going to quit. And I was like, yeah, but I was hoping to do that like when I'm actually going to move. Like, I'll work until I move.
Right.
And he was like, nah, I think I'm going to lay you off tomorrow. And I was like, what? He's like, if you really don't want me to, I won't. But I don't know. He just got so excited. He's like, I know you. Like, I don't want to give you 2 months to change your mind. He was like, if I lay you off, it's real. You got to just start like.
Well, you better tell Justin to start moving then.
I did. Justin got really hyped when I told him because now it's, you know, it was good for that because Justin was like, oh shit, now he knows I'm serious, you know.
So is he down there already? I can't keep track of that gypsy fuck.
He is he's in Florida right now for the driving job.
Oh, okay. But so where's he staying?
You know,
family?
No, the company that he works for, they pay for his hotels.
Oh shit, that's right. But that for
like it's a sweet job.
Even for that long?
Yeah. Anytime that he's on a contract. So technically, you know, he's like a independent contractor, and he just takes different contracts they have to do a different area, and then he always has to do reshoots. So like he was in the Keys for forever doing it, and then he was done doing. I think he went up to Georgia. Now he's back in Florida, and then eventually he has to go back to the Keys. He said to do reshoots there. But yeah, they anytime that he's actually doing the work for the company, they put him up in a hotel.
Oh shit.
Like he hasn't been in his actual apartment in like months.
Where does he live permanently right now? Like where's his
I mean, technically his apartment is in Knoxville, Tennessee.
Oh, okay. Still
but he's never there, you know.
Yeah. Wow. That's a pretty cool gig. You know, to just drive around and fucking come here. He came here with the fucking Ghostbuster mobile. I was telling you last time. He just happened to be up here.
No, I know.
He's like, yeah, I gotta work, so That's why I have this thing. He brought me outside, showed me. He literally, I felt like he was a Ghostbuster. He fucking, or Back to the Future or something. He took a briefcase out of the back and showed me all like the equipment and shit. I was like, the fuck?
It's a good job though. I mean, if you're okay with like living out of hotels all the time, I would be cool with
Well,
it
he's a
for a couple
gypsy,
months
so
maybe. But I feel like, yeah,
suits him well.
yeah. But he said he's kind of getting tired of that too, you know. So I don't know. I think the plan right now is he's going to talk to his the company that he gets the contracts from, and just ask him like, you know, if there's and if he can get more money out of it, you know, like if there's any bigger opportunity, which is tricky because he's an independent contractor, so it's not like, you know, a salary with a raise or whatever.
Right.
And I think the goal is just get an actual homestead like in Florida, and then maybe he keeps
A
driving, so he does
homestead?
still leave
A
for months.
homestead? What is this,
Yeah, a homestead,
1875? The
a,
fuck?
a
All
place
right,
to lay your
Red
head at
Dead
night, you know.
Redemption. A
It's a
homestead?
place to lay your head at night.
Okay.
So yeah, do that, and then if he likes what he hears from the boss or whatever, I mean, I can't really speak directly for him, but this is what he told me, then he can keep driving and just take less contracts where he actually like he actually goes to his own house. Like
Oh,
right now he doesn't even go to his apartment in Knoxville.
right. I don't think we actually explained why this whole plan of yours moving to Florida is kind of not dependent, but well, it kind of is dependent on Justin as well. I don't think we explained that. I know you told me, but just for people who are listening. I mean, it's
What do
pretty
you mean?
obvious, I guess. I guess it's pretty obvious at this point, but you guys are like moving together. That's what I meant.
Oh yeah,
I don't know if we
yeah.
said that. Maybe we
I mean
did.
that's the plan, but I fucking quit. So now I'm moving
No,
somewhere.
you got laid
You know,
off.
like no, I got
Laid
laid off. I got
off.
laid off. Um, yeah, family business is a bitch.
Yeah.
Fucking dad laid me off. But yeah, I'm moving either way because I'm tired of this desert. You know, every
Arizona.
time somebody asks me about it, they're like, "Oh, you must love Phoenix. You've been there for 8 years." And I'm like, "The last 4 years, my answer's always been the same. No, I don't really like it. It's flat. It's brown. It's hot. But I have a good job and I got a cheap house. So, but my house is worth a shitload more than I bought it for now. So I'm selling it. I'll take the money and
Did you
run.
get it appraised already? Or you just
No,
I mean
I'm not going to get my own appraisal because I am a licensed real estate agent here. So I have the MLS,
more
multiple
insider
listing
trading. Here
service.
we go. He's gonna do his own appraisal.
No, this is not. Well, this is not insider trading. This is completely legal. I'm not doing my own appraisal. I'm just looking at the market value comparable properties, and because of the ridiculous cost of real estate right now, my house is worth more than double what I paid for it.
Double? No shit.
So more than double.
Damn. Good for you.
Yeah. So I bought it at a perfect time, and then now, I mean, especially after the renovations, like I'm not going to carry the computer everywhere, but brand new kitchen, um, you know, granite slabs, brand new bathroom, everything remodeled, new flooring throughout the entire house, new doors, new windows, paint inside and out, like full redo. So the only thing I couldn't do was change up the layout, which I wanted to, but because of the way the house is built structurally, the main part you'd want to change is this tiny little fucking hallway I have where you can't even move furniture from the front of the house to the back. But all of the load sits on like 4 points right in that hallway. So
Oh, you mean like
it wasn't worth it to do like,
to make it like an open concept type thing?
yeah, that or even just to widen the hallway. The room I'm in now, I would have shrunk. There's a bunch of things I could have done to make it a better layout. But because
Coulda,
all
coulda,
of,
woulda. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
there's the, yeah, shoulda, coulda, woulda. But,
It's neither here nor there though.
well, it's here and there. So, you know,
Oh
but
god.
yeah, so I'm out. So now I got like my own personal punch list for my own house, just things to finish up, a little bit of drywall, mud,
So
sanding,
when are you putting it
paint.
on the market?
Once I'm done with that stuff, so I'm thinking I'll probably wait like a month, get everything cleaned up, and do the landscaping as well, to get it really like 100% ready. Because then you also got to remember, like I gotta get rid of some of the furniture
Right.
and stage it for showing. You know what I mean? So staging, like I'm gonna have my own stuff in here, obviously, but I gotta like clean it up because the biggest selling point is the more open you can make the house look, the better it is. You know. So I got to essentially, it's gonna suck while I'm selling it. I got to treat the house, as a property being ready to be sold. So I can't live in it like the way I normally do. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I got to move a bunch of shit around and keep it. I got to do like deep cleaning probably every fucking day, at least like 3 or 4 times a week, just to make sure somebody wants to see it.
Yeah, you want to
Because I've done, when I was looking, like the houses that I went into where somebody just has all their shit everywhere and it's cluttered and like dirty. You just, even if you like the house, it makes it hard to want to live there. You know what I mean?
it makes it hard to picture like yourself in it. I feel like, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, what I could do is get all my shit out and then my parents have like a 5,000 square foot house they rent right now. So I could just live there. They have an entire like second wing of the house that I could live in. I do that, but I don't even really want to live with my parents for a week at this point in my life, like I'm good.
A week's not that bad though.
No, but it would be longer.
It's like you're going home for the holidays.
Yeah, well, I'm good. So that's why when I would go home for the holidays since I moved out here, I didn't stay for a week.
What was I gonna ask you? Oh, what are we gonna name this segment with just you and I? You got an email. I think you got oh, it was me?
Did you make that balloon noise?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. I don't know how to turn that off on this
you're fine.
computer. It just throws them at me.
What are we going to name this segment?
What are we going to name
I figure instead of making it like a whole separate, like, because then I have to, in order to put just the audio version up, I have to pay for like a hosting site. So, like, I figure we'll just keep it on Yikers Island, but it'll be Yikers Island Presents, and then whatever we want to name it.
Do you, like, pay for the Yikers Island one?
Yeah.
On YouTube?
No, not YouTube. It's the hosting site to just put up the audio version so that it can get out to Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts.
Oh.
That costs.
So is it like your own site you're hosting?
No.
Is it like a Yikers Island?
No. I guess every podcast that wants to be on Apple Music and shit, you can't just like upload it directly to Apple Music. You have to, or Spotify or whatever. So like the site that I use does it to like all the main ones: Google, Apple, and Spotify, and probably other weird ones.
Oh, okay.
So, but yeah, you have to pay monthly in order to be able to do that, which kind of is annoying. It's like $20 a month or something like that. It's annoying when I haven't been putting. Yeah.
It doesn't stop.
It's annoying.
I'm listening.
No, yeah, it really looks like you are. It's annoying when we haven't done a podcast in like almost a year now.
And you're just paying for it for nothing.
But it's better than because if I take it down, I think we lose all our episodes.
Yeah, so you want to keep the old one.
Yeah. So.
Is anybody listening to this shit?
I don't know. We're gonna find out. No, yeah, we do. We interviewed the guy from ever heard of Cartnarks? I might have told you this already. No. The guy that so he goes into these parking lots of like grocery stores and department stores and shit. And people who don't return their carts, he goes up in like a body vest and shit, like a bulletproof vest, like a Kevlar vest, and like makes noises with like a cop car with his fucking mouth. He, whoop whoop diddly whoop whoop. Sir, I'm the cart narc, and he like makes a big scene. Why don't you put your cart back, sir? Like he has like the southern, midwestern accent. It's so funny, dude. You never seen those videos?
That's actually a good idea.
Yeah, he's like...
No, I never watched him, but that's a great idea.
He's got like, tons of subscribers and shit on YouTube. But anyway, we interviewed him via Zoom, and that got like a couple thousand views. So that was cool.
I think you might have mentioned that before, yeah. We should call... Would you say Yikers Island Presents?
Yeah. The Mo Bros.
Two fags and a blowtorch.
What's the blowtorch for? Okay.
What isn't it for, you know?
Okay.
Uh, no, I don't know. That's a good question.
Did you hear that on your
Let's
end?
have, yeah, what was that? Do you have sound? Oh, okay, you got
The
a
Jeopardy.
soundboard with this?
Usually we use that when someone says something and it's like, all right, this is weird. I forget where all the buttons are.
Alex, I'll take names of this podcast for 400.
Wait, there's a really funny one.
Cocaine is a hell of
There
a
we go.
drug.
That's a good one.
Fuck, man, you okay?
Yep. That's Ryan Christian laughing. Yep.
What?
Swear to God.
Oh my God. He can actually get paid for that. That's a great sample.
Yeah.
It's a really creepy laugh.
That was from
It sounded like a little girl, honestly.
That was from an episode that never aired. Yep.
Huh?
It's from an episode that never aired, if you know what I'm saying.
I don't. But I did one where Ryan was on it. The last one I did with you, Ryan was
it wasn't
on
from that one.
Because we were talking about Dom's wedding and everything, and then Ryan was there. Like, oh yeah, he's here. I love Ryan.
Yeah. But yeah, what are we gonna name this? The Mo Bros.
I don't know. Let's ask the audience. Guys.
We have to give them a
first
couple
of all,
options first.
Smash that like button and subscribe, and send in some names.
We should
A
give them.
bundle of sticks.
I think we should.
I'm trying to incorporate the word fag without saying it.
Mo bundle of sticks. No, I don't have a ring to it. I like Mo Bros, but is that too on the nose, if you will?
Mo Bros.
Yeah. Shawnee Mo, Matty Mo.
Their last names.
Right over your head.
Was that the soundboard? That was pretty good.
Nah, maybe that'll be on the board next week.
Yeah, I mean, I get it, but I don't. Mo Bros. It's not Jesus Christ. If there was a ghost outside, it just doesn't have the oomph, Mo Bros.
So you have nothing.
There's probably already a podcast named Mo Bros.
Oh, let's find out.
I gave you one
bundle of sticks, really?
No, the first one, 2 fags and a blowtorch. That would be fun if it would be allowed, but it wouldn't.
There's no Mo Bros yet.
Watch one day, I'm going to be famous, and someone's going to go back to this podcast, and they're going to be like, "No, Sean, you can't do whatever we were going to hire you to do because you said something about 2 fags and a blowtorch."
But while we have you here, Sean, just curious, what's the blowtorch for? That's what they say.
I'll leave that to the imagination.
Yeah, you're gonna give him the same face you gave me. Speaking of bundle of sticks, what did you say about Dylan?
Me and him met Shane Gillis.
Me too.
Like not that long after. I guess it was probably a couple years after the SNL thing. We saw him play. Oh no, that was a while ago, right? When he had the SNL thing.
A couple of years now, yeah. Yeah.
So when he was living out here, we went up and saw him in Scottsdale do a show, and then he was just hanging out at the bar after we were talking to him, and he remembered Dylan.
From what?
Dylan was like, "Yo," and Shane's like, Actually, I think I went up to him because we were just sitting at the bar, and Dylan's like, "I'm not gonna," and I was like, "I will. I'll go tell him." And I was like, "You know who that is?" And he's looking at him like, "No." But I was like, Diclon? Fucking Diclon. And he started laughing. He actually remembered it.
Oh, really? Are you sure he wasn't just pretending he remembered?
Maybe he's a better actor than I thought.
Well, he was going to be on SNL, so there's that.
Yeah. He did immediately. Was he? He did immediately tell Dylan, though. He's like, "Oh, that's awesome, dude. That's awesome. That's right. So, like, how many shows have you done since?" And Dylan's like, none. I haven't done it yet. He's like, Shane's face immediately was just like, "Oh, like why?" Like, why'd you go on the show? Pretty much, are you not trying to be a stand-up comedian, Dyklon?
Well, is it really just for that though? There's some people who just like to do. I don't know.
No. There's a lot of people who just go on there.
I guess he was offended by
to
that.
fuck
Huh?
around. No, I don't think he was offended, but at the same time, after that, the conversation was just shut down. It was like, oh, we're at a bar drinking with the comedian, and then he was like, "Are you still doing it?" And I was like, "No." He just like about face, like, "All right,
Yeah.
I don't want to talk to you guys anymore." And it was some other dude's birthday.
He follows Yikers Island, actually. Did you know that?
Who?
Shane Gillis.
He follows this
Yeah,
podcast?
on Instagram, yeah. Swear to
Really?
God. Swear to God.
Did Yikers Island follow him first?
I'm sure, yeah. I think someone posted, like, I don't know if it was Dylan or whatever, posted something about, when he was on the episode, and I, like, reposted it, but, like, tagged Yikers Island or whatever. And then I think he followed it. Let me see if I can pull it up here. Oh, wait, how do I search?
I mean, he was funny. He seemed like a cool dude. His set was good. He did a good balance of Biden and Trump jokes.
Yeah.
At the time. Because that was like when we saw him, it was like leading up to the election, I think. And a bunch of people before him at that show tried to just do.
You're not going to be able to see that, are you?
Oh, I see it, yeah. Wow. Are you flaunting right now?
Shout out to Shane Gillis. Shouts out.
But yeah, a bunch of people before him tried to what?
Shouts out. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, all right.
Go ahead.
Am I speaking into the mic enough? A bunch of people before him were trying to do just Trump jokes. And it was like no one was laughing because it's like the same shit you heard all the time. You know what I mean? Like at that point, you can't really make anymore at a stand-up show. You know what I mean? Like people think they're funny on the internet and shit, but if people are going to actually see you tell a joke, you can't use the easiest fucking low-hanging fruit in the world. But he did it great because he started off, I think, by making fun of Biden and then a little bit of Trump. Like it was jokes that I hadn't actually, heard before.
Did you start throwing tomatoes at him when he started talking about Trump?
No. Why would I do that? Why would I throw tomatoes at him?
Aren't you like Trump 2024?
No, fuck no. What?
Oh, what's his name? The
No.
DeSantis, right? DeSantis 2024.
I think that guy's funny. Yeah, the Florida guy.
What are you from Brooklyn?
But I'm gonna move there, so I don't want him. He's doing like a decent job right now. I feel like I just like how he pretty much says "fuck off."
Yeah. Like
they don't lock down, they don't have any mandates or anything. So I like that. I wouldn't want him to leave because of that. But yeah, if he was gonna run, I mean, I don't know. Overall, I think it's fucking stupid. Like between Biden and Trump, the whole thing. What's the point? Everybody's talking about how all this old white people, racist, blah blah blah. But then it's like, but Joe Biden, he's also like old, white, and racist. I don't get it, So, but I'm not like.
Didn't he say?
Trumpy,
Didn't he say a while back? I mean, this is like also redundant, I guess, but didn't he say a while back about how if you don't vote for him, you're not actually black or some shit? Didn't he say that?
He said that to Charlemagne the God. They were like closing the interview. Which, first of all, why is Charlemagne the God now interviewing? He did an interview on Comedy Central with Kamala Harris, the fucking vice president of the United States.
Yeah, I didn't watch it, but I saw.
And he was in this like weird like gaming room type thing. It was the weirdest shit I've ever seen in my life.
He was asking who the actual president is.
Yeah, which I loved him for doing that. He's saying like Joe Manchin runs this country, which is great. But at the same time, I thought I was in like a dystopian universe. I'm looking at the screen. It's Comedy Central symbol. Underneath it says Charlemagne the THA spelled out on the screen. And it's the vice president of the United States.
I know.
Why is Charlemagne the God conducting interviews with the vice president? But yeah, when Joe did it while he was running, it was like when they were closing it out. And he go, oh, remember, if you don't know which side to vote for, you ain't black.
Yeah.
It's like he was meant to say, if you don't vote for the Democrat, you ain't black. To a black man.
That's crazy.
An old white man said this to a famous black man. And then later after that, Charlemagne was like, I'm just voting for Kamala Harris. I'm not voting for Joe Biden. It's like, all right, bro.
Oh my god. Yeah, you're not.
He
black.
said, I was just reading his comments again. He said when they were voting on like different segregation laws and shit about schooling, and he was like talking about how we can't just integrate everybody at once. And his words were, I don't want to send my kids to a racial jungle.
Who said that? Biden?
Joe Biden. Yeah, this is like in the 70s. But he's
Oh,
always said stupid shit like that.
yeah.
You ever watch the video where he's talking about what was it, corn pop?
No. I haven't paid attention to a lot of the shit.
You never seen that? I think it's he says corn. He's like, corn pop. He was a bad dude, and he like catches himself because I mean, let's be fair. I'm assuming corn pop was black, but he like catches himself. He's at like a public swimming pool or something, and corn pop was a bad dude. And oh, when I was at the pool, and the kids they love to they rub my legs when the hair was wet, and they love to rub my legs and watch it stand up. And it's like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? Like, he's got kids rubbing his legs, and everyone's like, Trump is a racist. And I'm like, okay, yeah. But what did Biden just say?
Yeah, I know.
Like, this dude is talking about
that's what
rub his legs down.
That's water under the bridge.
Yeah, well, with Biden, it's like, oh, he's just like your old funny grandpa. And it's like, my grandpa wasn't like that at all. He didn't ever ask me to rub his legs. If I ever even went to touch his legs, he probably would have called me a faggot. To be honest with you, you know, that's who he was. Not that I would say that.
Oh my god! Oh, these fucking headphones, man.
I just go get my ashtray and open the window and smoke inside. I hate this jewel.
Man's about to sell his house. You know, it's just smoking.
I got
fuck
time.
it. Burn it down.
The smell really doesn't stick. I swear to God.
What?
I swear to Bob.
Have you ever been in Dominic's house? His parents? It doesn't stick.
If they have carpet. I'm talking about my house specifically.
It doesn't
Ask
stick.
Savino Griffin. They're always saying that when they come over, like they can't even tell.
Who's saying that?
Well, I don't really smoke inside. Sometimes during a basketball game, if I'm, watching the Knicks and they're blowing a lead or something, I don't want to wait till halftime. I'll smoke. But for the most part, I don't really smoke. I'll smoke. Well, I'm not gonna say that, but
No, I said blowing. That was funny how you just slipped in if they're Knicks or blowing a lead or something. That's funny.
Well, yeah, I get. I want to have a cigarette because they're stressful to watch. But
our friend,
my boys are playing today.
Our friend from high school, Mike Liguori. Oh, he's been on the podcast. He fucking tweets. He tweets every day at MSG. It's so funny. Or at Comcast.
He tweets at them?
At Xfinity Comcast because they dropped MSG or whatever. And he's like, but like every single day he tweets at them like, you fucking frauds, like shit like that. It's so funny.
Because you can't watch the Knicks?
Mm-hmm. I'm not kidding. I don't even go on Twitter. I don't even go on Twitter like ever, but every time I go on, I see him tweeting about it. It's so funny.
At least he's dedicated to the cause,
Yeah.
You got to give a man credit every day.
So you have to pay. Do you have to pay for like a package or something to watch them?
Oh, dude, it's the NBA. Don't even get me started. You want me to tell you? The NBA is the most bullshit broadcasting rights of any sports in the world. So because I live in Phoenix, I pay for NBA League Pass, which you would think gives you access to watch any game the NBA shows at all. It doesn't. NBA League Pass lets you watch any game that isn't nationally televised and also isn't in your local market. So, for example, I pay for NBA League Pass. If the Knicks are playing on TNT, ESPN, ABC, or what's the other one? NBA TV, which the NBA owns NBA TV, by the way. I can't watch NBA TV games on just League Pass. I have to pay for another pass, which is NBA TV, just for the games that they're going to be on that channel, which the NBA also owns. So I'm already paying these motherfuckers, and it's expensive, So on top of that, if the Knicks play the Suns, I cannot watch the game without cable because it's blacked out here because they say, oh, well, you live in Phoenix. It's a locally broadcast game. So I would have to
that's
pay
how
for
they
cable.
get you, isn't it?
That is exactly how they get you. So anyway, it's bullshit. You got to pay for all. I pay for League Pass. I accidentally forgot to cancel my free NBA TV subscription in time, so I unfortunately paid for that already. And then I use my parents' cable account in New York to watch games that are nationally televised because I don't pay for like Hulu TV or YouTube TV or anything like that. So
Right. See, that's what's so stupid. Like I pay for ESPN Plus monthly, right? So we got a cable plan, a streaming cable plan, because we don't have like cable box or anything. We have an Apple TV. So that when I was signing up for internet when we moved and shit, they told me that, oh, do you want to try out? We do a. I'm like, no, I don't. Or they were trying to sell me their cable services. I was like, no, I don't want cable boxes. We have like, every streaming service for the most part, Netflix, Hulu, yada yada. I'm like, we're pretty good. Maybe we'll call back and get cable in the future or whatever. And they were like, well, we actually have this streaming plan. You get to pick your 12 channels, and then you get all the local channels too. And it's only $30 a month. And I was like, that actually sounds like a pretty good deal. And I started going through channels that I would want, and they had like all of them. And I was like, all right, yeah, fuck it, let's try it. We'll try it out because there was like a free trial for a month, and then you're hooked after that, or you're committed after that, I should say. Anyway, so I had ESPN Plus, so I didn't get ESPN because I figured on ESPN Plus you should be able to watch ESPN, right? Sounds like it. Nope, you can't. So now I can't watch ESPN unless I go and totally change my cable package. So if there's like
you
a Monday
can't
night,
watch ESPN on
if there's
it?
like a Monday night football game on ESPN or baseball, whatever, I can't watch ESPN from the ESPN Plus app that I pay for. How does that make any fucking sense?
What?
Yeah, it only gives you
I
like
thought you'd be.
it gives you like extra shit that like. First of all, it gives you access to like the UFC. You have to have ESPN Plus in order to get the UFC fight cards every month, like the pay-per-views. Then you get some free fight cards, which you normally wouldn't get if you didn't have ESPN Plus. You get like bullshit, like they'll throw soccer games that like MLS games onto the ESPN Plus. They'll throw the second tier baseball game. Like if there's a Monday night, not Monday night game. If there's like a nationally televised game on ESPN, sometimes they'll throw like, two last place teams on ESPN Plus or whatever. It's stupid. So basically, I would have had to get
But you can't watch ESPN.
or ESPN too. No, I can't watch it like live.
What the fuck?
Sometimes they'll have like highlights up and shit, but I can't watch it live, like ESPN channel.
Is there a
itself.
different? Is there a different ESPN Plus package where you get ESPN too?
No, I think you just have to get it
as well.
I think you just have to get it through cable. Like ESPN Plus it's like a whole separate. It's all its own separate thing, which I never realized. But it's like the same
That's
thing.
the stupidest shit ever.
It's the same type of shit with you with the NBA. It's so dumb. Like you would think you pay one
because
price
right
and you
now
get
there's-
everything ESPN related.
Because all these TV deals, they're making all this money off of the cable ones to begin with, and then now with streaming, they haven't figured it out yet. You know,
They're
what I mean?
double
They haven't
dipping.
figured out how do we. Yeah, it's bullshit. I guess they did figure it out. Fuck everybody over.
Yeah.
And you know what's crazy? Like I still pay for it. I pay for NBA League Pass because I want to watch the Knicks.
All right.
Like I would rather pay for NBA League Pass to watch the Knicks than keep my other streaming services. I mean, I still have the other ones, but I would. That's the main thing if I'm going to watch TV that I want to watch. I like to watch basketball. I don't care about football or any other sports, but that's the main thing I would pay for. And they know that because people still do it. Because not only that, like my parents, they'll keep a cable account just for the same thing. Like their apartment in Yonkers, they have that. They don't really. I guess my dad might watch some cable, but for the most part, it's just so he can keep MSG
Right.
and watch all the Knicks games. But if you don't, like, now that I'm unemployed, I got to start canceling some of these services. Like it's like $16 a month for HBO Max. I don't know how much Hulu is. I pay for it with commercials. I don't pay for the no commercial one. So I think it's only like 12. But I have Hulu, Netflix, HBO, and I guess that's it.
I have Hulu, Netflix, HBO, Peacock, and Apple TV Plus.
So I got the Apple TV free with my Apple TV.
What? I bought an Apple TV like recently. I didn't get it.
It was only supposed to. Well, I got mine 2 years ago, but it was only supposed to be a year subscription, but it just kept rolling over. And like I checked my account, they never charged me for it.
Really?
So I just got lucky. I haven't tried it in a couple months though, so maybe it doesn't work anymore. I don't like their shows anyway though. Like Ted Lasso was okay with Jason Sudeikis.
Yeah, I like that's.
But other
that
than that
show was hilarious. But yeah, I haven't really watched. We watched the morning show. It was pretty bad.
Yeah, dude. I watched some of the other ones. I'm like, this is fucking terrible. They don't even the previews look horrible.
Yeah.
So and like Netflix, I'm probably gonna get rid of Netflix soon because I've watched. The only reason I've kept it is for Ozarks.
Is there gonna be a new
So
season
once
soon?
the new, yeah, it's coming out like the end of this month, I think.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
So I'm gonna keep it for that. But they're doing it. It's one season, but they're splitting it into 2 seasons. So it's really just 2 shorter ones. So I'm gonna have to keep. I might just watch the next season of Ozarks when it comes out, and then cancel it until the next season comes out. Because other than that, I don't watch it. I used to watch Better Call Saul, but they haven't put a new season out in like 2.5 years.
Yeah, I'm trying to
So
think
I mean, they do have decent movies, I guess. But usually when I'm scrolling through, it's like if I really want to watch one, I can rent it for like $3.
right on Apple
So
TV.
on the occasion that I
whatever.
do that,
Yeah.
yeah, or through YouTube, through Amazon, because I have Amazon Prime, so you can rent most things through there too. But there's at this point, like Netflix really doesn't make that much stuff that I'd really care to keep. I mean, I'm trying to think. Yeah, Ozarks. I like Better Call Saul.
I mean, this is like very far and few in between, but like the stand-up specials, which really the only good ones are like Chappelle and like Bert. Who else?
That is a big reason too. Tom Segura does his on there. Joe Rogan does his on there. All right. Well, I loved.
You like Tom's stand-up?
Not Tom Segura's last one. Not the last one, but the first couple. Like the one he did, Mostly Stories. That's one of my favorite specials. That one was mad funny.
I don't.
Joe Rogan. The 2 that he has on there are good.
I liked Joe's last one. I thought his last one was his best one.
Yeah.
But Tom, I don't even get Tom's podcast. Like I like the one with him and Bert, but I don't know. Do you listen to your mom's house?
Yeah, you don't like it?
I just don't get it. It's just like
I love it. I don't listen to it that much, but
the only thing that's funny is the videos themselves. They're not funny on the podcast. Like even Tom and Bert, like Tom's just there. He's kind of just there. What?
I feel like that. Yeah, that's kind of his thing.
But he's a comedian. When you're a comedian, you're not really supposed to just be there, right? I mean,
yeah, but at this point, I feel like if you appreciate his stand-up and like it's kind of like a character he does. I don't know. I can't speak for the man himself, but it seems like he's always putting on the same personality and shit. Where him just being there and the small little comments he makes, it's like, oh yeah, that's Tom.
I guess.
But it's kind of funny. I don't really listen to your mom's house podcast, but every now and then, if I'm really bored and like doing dishes and shit, and there's nothing else, I put it on in the background. And it's funny. I mean, I like when they do the TikTok videos. They're funny. His wife is funny too, Christina P. All right. I think he's funnier than Bert.
Oh, come on. How is that possible?
Bert had like one good special, but then the rest of them are just like about his kids.
His last 2 specials were so good.
I don't know. I feel like he's worse with the whole shtick thing. Like, yeah, you're fat, you take your shirt off.
Right. Well, I can see that I could see that on podcasts and stuff, but I don't know why the whole shirt off thing. I feel like that actually kind of brings him down a tier in a way. But like,
yeah, because it's like a shtick.
Yeah. I agree with that. But I think his stand-up is written very, very well. Like he's actually his stand-up is surprisingly well written for how his personality kind of plays on like podcasts and shit. In my opinion, at least.
No, I agree. It's well written, and it is shocking that it comes from him. But I don't know. I feel like it was the more he talks about like his kids and shit, and that happens to all of them once they get married and start having kids and stuff, and they get famous. I feel like it just turns into like the family routine,
Right.
Like take Jim Gaffigan, same thing. All he talks about is that or eating too much. Like, yeah, we get it. You're fat, dude. He's funny. He writes great jokes about it. But once you've heard one stand-up special, I feel like the next one you watch, it's like, if I'm tired or stoned or whatever, and I just want to throw something on in the background, I'll laugh. But it's not super original, I feel like.
Yeah.
Like, who's my favorite, not super famous guy, but who is getting famous? Mark Norman.
Oh, yeah, he's funny. Comedy.
You ever listen to him?
Yeah, I saw him live.
All right, I'm Kevin Hart. It's been great.
Yeah, and Chelsea actually never really listened to any of his shit. I listened to like him on podcasts and shit. Actually, him, Rogan, and Shane Gillis just did a podcast on Rogan.
I saw a clip of it.
They did one a while, and Ari Shafir. They did one a while ago. The same crew. And they got all fucked up, and like it was a really funny podcast.
Yeah.
And Rogan kept saying, "I could do this every week. I'm gonna fly you guys in every week." And it was like one of the best like podcasts that I've listened to in a while. Well, funny, comedy wise anyway, comedy. But we saw
That's a good impression. That's comedy.
We saw him live in Poughkeepsie. Actually, he came up, and Chelsea, and like I said, Chelsea had never really seen any of his shit. And the whole way to the venue, I kept saying, comedy. and she was like, I don't get it. And then the first thing he does when he comes on stage, hey, how you doing? Comedy. And then she
was she cracking up?
Yeah, she was laughing. But yeah, he's funny.
Yeah,
man.
I think he's funny. He had a joke. He's got that it's like Out for Lunch special or something.
Yeah.
It's free on YouTube. But have you listened to that one?
Yeah, I like him. He's another one. I like him on podcasts a lot, but his stand up when I saw him was way better than that special in my opinion. But I don't know. But what were we gonna say?
Yeah, I don't know. I like that one. I thought it was funny. Actually, and the joke I'm thinking of wasn't even on that. It was on a different compilation or whatever he has on. He puts like random clips from his spots on YouTube, but he won't show you like the whole thing, And one of them was a joke that in my head I was like, that would be a funny joke for like a stand-up comedian, but I can't figure out, and that's why stand-up comedians are good at what they do, because they figure out how to make it funny, like in an actual joke form.
Right.
But I'm like this concept that like the only people who we refer to like their homeland race, like it doesn't matter how long they've been in America, how many generations, like the only group of people who you always call by their original continent is Black people, like African American.
Right.
You don't do that for literally any other race. And I think just the concept of that is a funny idea. And Mark Norman did it fucking perfectly.
That's funny.
Yeah. So when I heard that, I just started cracking up. I'm like, this guy, I get it. And he reminds me of like a modern version of like Jerry Seinfeld almost. Even though I don't like any of Jerry's stand-up, I feel like Mark is actually a funnier version stand-up wise.
I could see that.
It's observational, but he doesn't. What's the deal with airplane food? He doesn't do that, but it is just observational. And he does say stupid shit like comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know you're a comedian.
Yeah.
Comedy. I'm Kevin Hart. You've been saying that for fucking 10 years, dude. We know you're not short and you're not black. Like, you're not Kevin Hart.
Yeah, I like him.
Yeah, he's, as far as like the newer guys go, I like him a lot. Obviously, Dave Chappelle is always funny. Some of his specials aren't like comedy though. He put out a couple where it was like just kind of preaching, which is cool, I guess. Like, I didn't disagree with what he had to say. I just halfway through, I was like, oh, we're not laughing today. Like, this isn't a laughing one. So I turned it off because I'm like, I turned it on to laugh.
The last one was like that, right? Kind of. His one where they made a huge deal about the homophobic shit or transphobic shit. Everyone was.
The last one was the mixture of it. I feel like, so he did like 6 on Netflix. The first few were mostly jokes with a little bit of preachiness in it. And then it kind of started switching. Right. Like once, did you see he did the, it wasn't even a Netflix special, but he did the show where it was the exact amount of time the guy kneeled on George Floyd's neck.
Yeah, I watched that.
And it wasn't supposed to be a comedy thing, which I didn't know when I turned it on.
I wonder if people
after that,
I wonder if people who bought tickets to go see that live knew, because if not, they might have been pissed.
I mean, I kind of would have been, honestly. Like, I came to see some jokes. I get it. I get what he's trying to do, but he is a comedian at the end of the day, So if you advertise it as a comedy show, like, there's not a single thing he said that was funny.
Yeah.
In fact, it was just sad, And it's true. I agree with him, but
sad but true.
But after that,
it's a good Metallica song.
Yeah. Anyway, after that, I feel like it became, he throws more of the preachiness into his specials, even when it is comedy,
Yeah.
But dude, what is the one where he's wearing the green jumpsuit? The
comedy.
What is it?
Is it a newer one? A newer one, right?
It was one of the Netflix ones, but it came out a few years ago.
Yeah, he was wearing like the Chappelle Show.
Sticks and Stones.
Yeah, right. I don't remember them by name, to be honest, and I don't even remember them. I've only probably seen all of them once, so.
He's wearing the Chappelle jumpsuit.
I'm not a big rewatcher,
but
you know.
Okay. I don't know why you said it like that, but
onward.
Anyway, I love when he talks about the alphabet people and he calls them the alphabet people. That was the best. That was the one that really got him in trouble with the trannies, but it was so fucking funny, dude. The way he described it was so great. Because again, that was something I was always confused. I'm like, LGBT, like L, G, and B all describe one thing. It's just sexual preference. Like, all right, cool. I don't give a fuck. T, again, I still don't give a fuck, but that's not the same thing. Like, why are you just tacked on to the people who like to fuck a certain kind of person when you are saying you just are a different kind of person? Like, me being a girl has nothing to do with who I fuck. You're probably still attracted to the same gender you were anyway. But like, it's just a different thing entirely. And he makes the joke about how like they're all in the car. Yeah. And the L's hate the G's and the G's hate the L's. And then the T is just standing on the side of the road and they're like, all right, get in. That shit cracks me up. It's like, it's a different thing, you know? It's not even to disparage them, but like, why do you equate that? Like, I guess just everybody who's queer in any kind of way. But yeah, he does a good job in that one.
What if he named that special bundle of Sticks and Stones? Then he really would have got in trouble.
But he would have had my vote. I would vote for that name. Bundle of Sticks and Stones.
Or bundle of no, you know what? No, I'm not even gonna say that one.
I think he's done with the Netflix ones now, though. I think he said he was just gonna do the 6 and then be done. So
what does that mean? Is he done? Is he retiring? You think?
No, he'll definitely do more. He'll probably end up putting another one on Netflix.
Where else would he go? Because from what Rogan always talks about, Netflix is very good about being laissez-faire, if you will. You know.
Yeah, yeah. Hands off.
Thanks for clarifying that.
For all of the dumb listeners. Yeah, actually, he was it the one with Ari Shaffir and those guys? The first one where they were talking about, because a few of them have done like Amazon specials. They've tried it on like,
that's what Gaffigan did, I think, right?
Yeah, they tried it on different platforms, and at the end of the day, actually, I think it was Gaffigan on Rogan who was saying that like he tried it out, but at the end of the day, Netflix just, because most people go to Netflix for those stand-up specials, you know. If that's what you're looking for, you assume like, okay, it'll be on Netflix because they do the stand-up specials. And they do. I think they do a good job. Adam Sandler, do you ever watch his on there?
Stand-up? Oh, that's the one where he's like singing. He's singing and shit, right?
Silly songs. I am not an Adam Sandler fan, and I reluctantly put it on. That is one of the greatest specials I've ever seen in my life. It's hilarious.
I don't remember if I watched it.
It does tickle my funny bone, if you will, specifically because I love a good silly song. You know, like I write in my head. Come on, we all do. But he just does it so fucking spot on. Like he does. Do you like the band Interpol at all?
Never heard of him. I don't think.
He does the greatest. One of the songs is just pretty much mocking them, and I like the band, but he sounds just like them. And the lyrics are so fucking stupid. It's great.
So what he does? He does the song pretending he is them. Is that what that is? Or he does like a song?
You're like in and out right now.
Can you hear me? Hello.
I can hear you now. Yeah.
The song is from
can
their.
You hear me?
Yeah, the song is from their perspective, he's writing it like he's actually Interpol, or he's making fun of them in the song, sounding like them.
It just sounds. They have a specific kind of sound, and the singer's voice is very specific, I guess. And you can tell if you like that band immediately when you hear it, you're like, oh my God, this sounds just like an Interpol song. And their music is not like funny, you know what I mean? Right. I wouldn't say it's like super serious, but it is like, you know, it's not like party music, you know? So when he does it and he still sounds like it's a serious song, but the shit he's saying is just ridiculous, you know?
I don't think like I watched that.
So what is it? My Uber driver smells bad. Uber driver smells bad. It's so stupid, but it's so fucking great.
You know, speaking of stupid but great, I don't understand people who don't like the Impractical Jokers show. Do you like it?
You don't understand me.
Really? You don't like it?
No, I don't not like it. I just never really like got into it. I've seen episodes where I did watch it. I'm like, oh, that's kind of funny.
I think they're so funny. I don't think they're like any other like prank show.
I think I have a bad taste in my mouth about that show for some weird reason.
And you don't remember why?
No, I do remember why.
Oh.
I
Okay.
think I have a bad taste in my mouth because of you.
What?
Yeah, because you're always the first time I ever heard of the show.
Oh,
When you were telling me I
yeah.
looked like somebody on the show. And I looked at all 4 dudes on the show, and I didn't care who it was because I'm like, don't fucking tell me I look like any one
Sal,
of those
you're
guys.
Sal, bro. Sal's
you.
Sal's a handsome looking dude.
Sal is not a handsome dude.
Yes, he is. Come
I'm
on
looking him
now.
up again because I forgot what he looked like.
Sal Vulcano. It's not even just you look like him. It's not like you just look like him. His mannerisms and the shit that he says, like, especially now that I listen to him on podcasts.
He's not a handsome guy, and we both just have big noses and big heads.
No. Telling you, bro. But anyway, it's not even just the way you look. It's what his mannerisms and the shit that he says, and it's funny. He's like I can't even explain it. People who know, they'll know, especially after seeing a couple episodes with you. They'll be calling you Sal. That's your claim to fame, dude. You're Sal Vulcano's doppelganger.
Fuck you. No, I'm canceling this podcast right now. We should do something like that.
Something like what?
Yeah.
Oh, like a prank show?
Yeah.
Pauling High School, the movie?
like that.
3?
I don't know what that is. What's Pauling High School? What are you talking about?
Oh, God.
No, but the shit like that we used to do, like that's the same thing. We could have turned that into something.
Oh well, yeah, it's not the same thing as Impractical Jokers. It's a little bit more weird.
I don't think it's a little weirder.
I don't think we would be able to be on cable television with the shit that you guys used to do. I don't even want to say we. I'm gonna say you guys.
Excuse me, you used to do it too. You're
No.
just the only one who filmed. So when you did it, no one filmed
Look
it.
at your dog. That was funny.
Is he on it?
Dude, he's got some beady eyes, bro.
Applesauce?
Yeah. Not
Yeah,
beady eye.
big,
Maybe
yeah,
not
beady.
beady. He's got crazy bug eyes. I guess all French bulldogs do.
Like bulging, yeah. Yeah, look at this one.
Wait, I was gonna say. Never mind. I was gonna say do a little ASMR with the dog. He's not.
Oh yeah,
He's
let
not,
me just.
yeah, he's not close. I was gonna say he's not close up to the microphone though. Oh, what? No, nothing. I thought you were putting the dog. For some reason, I thought you were putting the dog closer to the computer.
Oh, I can.
No,
You
it's
guys
alright.
want some ASMR? Let me switch it up. I'll switch it up to this, and then let's do it. All right, here we go. Episodes, come here. Can you hear it?
Not really. There you go. Yeah.
He just bit the microphone. All right.
Anyway. Oh God, I just had my leg
What the
up
fuck
on my.
just happened to the video?
I still see you. I just had my leg up on my knee, like sitting crisscross. Applesauce. Am I right? Am I right?
Yes, that's.
Get it? Because your
applesauce.
dog's name's Applesauce. Get it?
Yeah, that's why I just pointed the camera at him.
Oh God, and now my fucking hip hurts. Holy shit.
I gotta take a leak.
Go, I can pause it.
Want to pause it?
Yeah. But yeah, I ordered my
You know, you
fit.
just look like a scumbag.
Hey, when in Rome, am I right?
What were you gonna say?
You know why I hate you? Because you're serious. You're serious. You're like, now you just look like a piece of shit, white trash scumbag.
No, you look good, dude. You look good.
It's just,
What's going on over on 8 Mile? Where's Cheddar?
Streaming live from my closet in my trailer.
Yeah, what the fuck?
I know. I thought about doing this, but it's too. Then you're gonna see the window.
Doing what? You barely moved it.
I know. I don't want to because I got my ring light up here, leaning on my computer. You know.
Oh, I got Ring.
Oh yes. Oh, dude, I totally forgot. That's what we wanted. That's actually when we first started saying we have to do a podcast. When you were telling me all your stories about whatever it's called, Bag Lady or whatever.
Trash Lady.
Oh
yeah,
my
yeah.
God! Just tell the story again, please, because I'm sure I'll have questions because like when I forget parts of the story or
Which
whatever.
one?
Just go into it.
Just the origination of Trash Lady?
Yeah, we have time. Fucking talk about the whole thing.
All right, so I bought this house, and I did not know it came with some staples of the neighborhood, you know what I mean? Now, keep in mind, my house is like, it's kind of in the hood, you know what I mean? So, like, there's 4 gas stations right down the street at the end of my road.
Now I can hear it, dog.
7-Eleven. You hear? Apple's, come on, over here. You're too loud.
No, I don't mind it. It was funny.
Well, it's probably loud.
I actually kind of liked it, to be honest.
All right, I'm gonna put them in a different room real quick.
They're making my leg hair stand up.
Okay, Joe Biden. That's creepy as fuck. So, anyway, yeah, when I moved in, after a few weeks, I got my trash. So, like, my front door, my living room is right on the other side of my front door. Like, the first room when you walk in is the living room, and the TV is on the wall of the exterior wall that is the front of the house.
Is it
So
from
there's a big
the
window right
window to the wall?
Hmm?
Is it from the window to the wall?
It's from the window to the wall to the sweat drips down your balls. Yeah. All ski, motherfucker. Yeah, that whole thing.
You know me too well, Deeds.
What the hair?
This motherfucker's
Anyway.
like, can I just tell the story?
I keep forgetting. I'm losing my train of thought. So, eventually, when I moved in, like, not even that long, probably a month or something, a few weeks, I hear, like, this noise just right outside my front door. And I'm thinking, I don't know. Honestly, I really didn't know what to think because it sounded like someone was just rummaging through my trash cans, and there's not really a good
Sure enough.
example. There's not a good explanation of what you could be like, oh, is there a raccoon? It's fucking Phoenix. There's no raccoons in Phoenix. So I go outside and literally, like, I had the TV on. I'm sitting in the living room. I can see her through my window. And she doesn't give a fuck. She's just going through my trash cans. I go outside, this lady with some of the most massive tits I've ever seen in my entire life. She's just a haggard looking, I mean, she's probably in like her 30s or 40s, but she looks like she's 60, you know?
Yeah.
That meth age. So she's just going through my trash can, my recycling bin, my trash can, and she's throwing shit on the ground while she's taking the stuff out she wants, and she's making a mess. And I'm like, this is a mess I've already cleaned up. I went through my house, and I threw out my garbage, and then I put it in a can to organize the garbage so that a truck owned by the city comes and takes the garbage away. And you have now undone everything I did.
She's
and
coming undone.
Okay. So, I guess it's a Korn song now. So anyway, I go outside and I'm like, what the fuck? The first time I met her, I'm like, excuse me, what are you doing? And she just literally like ignores me. She looks at me and she just, and she's going through the trash. And I'm like, lady, what the fuck are you doing? And she keeps going, and I'm like, you need to get the fuck off my property right now. So she just looks at me, does one of these, and that's all she does. She just like snarls.
But
you know
she's
what I
like
mean?
Max. She's like Mac's mom from Always Sunny.
Yeah, literally like Max mom, exactly. And just and walks off the property. And so it keeps happening, you know, like over and over. And I threatened her a bunch of times, you know, like here in Arizona, I own a gun. So I've told her, I'm like, you know, I own a gun. Like, you can't be on my property. Like, I'm going to fucking shoot you. And she just keeps going through my trash because I'm like, I can't throw bills out in my own trash can without a paper shredder because this bitch is going to take them and probably sell their like credit card information or something, which I don't know. I'm probably giving her too much credit there. But so she has
No
like
pun,
a whole
no
network.
pun intended.
No, yeah, no pun intended. She has like a whole network. That's good. Double entendre. She has a whole network of other fucking homeless bums in the neighborhood, and I'm not talking about people who like
They
are
have a
down
cult.
on their
They
luck,
have a
who
cult.
are they're
They're
trying.
career. They're
Huh?
career bums. They're career bums. They're not.
They're career bums, exactly. Like they have every option. There are Phoenix. I've called the Phoenix Cares program where they give them options for like a shelter, but they have to, get clean and try to find a job. These people will tell you straight to the face, they want to live outside. But like, no, I don't want to. I want to live outside. And they have this mindset. Like, this lady has this mindset. She said it. She's like, you don't really own the house. I'm like, what? She's like, you don't own the street that I'm walking on. You don't own that house. Like we all just live here, man. Like I guess a degenerate hippie. Like we all just own everything, man. Like it's all the earth. Like you don't own that shit. You think you own everything, and I'm like, well, actually, I have a piece of paper that says I own this house.
And
The
first
one
of
that you're
all,
standing in front
of all, there's quite a big difference between owning a house and owning the street that you're walking on, you bitch.
Exactly. And then when she brings up the street, because then they were living, there was 20 of them living right outside my house on the street. And she's like, you don't own this. You can't tell us where, because me and my neighbors, everybody's like, you guys have to leave. Like, you don't own this. Nobody owns this. We are allowed to live here. And it's like, no, I don't own it, but you don't own it either. You know who owns it? The city of Phoenix.
In fact,
someone owns it, bitch.
In fact, you
Like,
don't
this
own
is not-
anything.
Yeah, exactly. Literally, that's what I say to them. I'm like, this is not 1492, Columbus didn't just get here. Everything is owned. Sorry. Maybe you were born in the wrong fucking time period.
You can't just wash
but
up at
you
my
can't
homestead.
Just rummage around. Yes, this is my homestead, exactly. So anyway, the best part is my crazy neighbor Lou, who is in his 70s and has like slight dementia. He's got this neuro disease or whatever that fucks with his mind and his nerve endings throughout his body. He's psychotic. Like this guy is fucking crazy. And one morning, and he would complain about this lady to me too, because I talked to him. I'm like, this lady, she's always coming through my trash, whatever, giving me a hard time. They use my hose bib to like wash themselves and stuff. And he would talk a lot of shit about her. He's like, oh yeah, she's been here since before you got here. That bitch has been here for years. She just never goes away. Oh, I can't stand that fucking rodent. And I'm like, okay, I'm glad you're on the same page as me.
Is your neighbor?
My house,
sorry to interrupt again. Is your neighbor Winston? What's his name?
Lou.
Lou. Is he Winston Churchill or?
No, but he thinks he is. So one morning I'm leaving my house early because we had an inspection for work at a site. So it's like 6 o'clock in the morning, and finally I catch him. This bitch, I call her trash lady because that's how I caught her, going through my trash. Trash lady is leaving his house at 6 o'clock in the morning. Hair disheveled, like pulling the strap. She doesn't wear a bra, just like the shoulder of her shirt over. This motherfucker who's complaining about this lady is mad because he fucks her sometimes. And I guess he's mad because she also fucks all the other bums. I don't know what the situation is. But she's in his house. He's aiding and abetting the enemy. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, Lou? So one day I confronted it because he's talking shit to me, about the lady. Like, oh my God, she just won't go away, blah, blah, blah. And there was a really weird day where it was very soon after I caught him, she was in his house. She left in the morning. They obviously, he paid her to bone, whatever. Oh. And I don't know. I can't imagine the diseases crawling on this lady, but
she's riddled.
Or just from the trash itself. You know what I mean? There's just like maggots.
Tetanus.
Anyway, so a few days after that happened, I go outside because the cops are right outside my house, and I'm like, oh shit, what are they coming to my house for? And they start walking up to my yard, but then they turn and they go to my neighbor's house, and I'm like, oh, maybe there's something wrong with Lou. One of the cops goes around, and there's like this janky gate that he has to get to the back of his, his backyard. So they're able to just go around it and essentially break into his backyard, while the other neighbor the other cop goes to the front door and is like banging on the door, and no one comes to the door or answers because he wasn't home. So the cop that went into the backyard goes to his side window, and it's not locked, so he's trying to open it, but this is a window from like 1950. Nothing's been changed. I've been inside this house. It should be knocked down immediately. It's just...
Especially after her passages were exposed to open air in there.
Oh my God, yeah, burn it to the ground, like disgusting. But so the cop, while he's fidgeting with this window on the side of his house, he breaks the window. The whole fucking thing falls to the ground and it's glass, so it shatters when it hits the ground. So the cops just broke this man's window while no one's there. And then they dip, they leave. And I'm inside the yard like, because they like panic when they broke the window, they peek their head inside the house and then they leave. And then so I'm talking to Lou about it because he comes home and he's like, the window's broken, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, he's telling me, he's like, I know who did it. And I'm like, who are you about to say? And he's like, that. And he says her name, Christina. He's like, Christina. I'm like, who the fuck is Christina? He's like, the lady. I was like, trash lady? He's like, yes, trash lady. She came by. She probably came by. She thinks I owe her money for something. And I was like, well, you probably do owe her money for something because I seen what was going on. And he's like, she probably broke it. And I was like, Lou, surprisingly enough, the police broke your window. What is that all about? Like, why were they here? But I was like, literally, I watched the cops break your window. He's like freaking out. What? Why would they do that? And I said they were looking for someone. Like, I heard them talking. They were like, look. He's like, oh, they were looking for her. And I'm like, full stop. Hold on. Are you trapping this lady in your... Why are they looking for a homeless woman in your house to the point where they will break your window to get in? What is going on? So I never really got the full answer from that. I'm just assuming... Because I always see her with different other homeless dudes. And they'll be like holding hands or fondling each other,
God.
So I swear to God. And it depends on what day of the week, And she walks up. I see her every gas station I go to. She's around. Doesn't matter where you go. The grocery store that's close by.
Do you remember the lady that would hang out in like Patterson in the town of Pauling? Do you remember that lady? I think it might have been. It might have been like right after high school, so you were already gone. But there's the same type of lady. I'm just picturing this lady because it's exact. She's got like obviously mental health issues. She's like always talking to herself and shit. When I used to work at the frozen yogurt place, like right after high school, she used to come in and use the bathroom and then walk out. And my boss told me I had to stop letting her use the bathroom because every time she'd leave, because she used to carry this bag, like the grocery bags people use now, kind of. But this was before that we went green. And
that's right. You guys have to pay for bags.
Well, we just thought, oh, you guys still get plastic bags at the grocery store? Oh, yeah, we don't. They have paper ones, and you have to pay for them. Otherwise, you have to bring in your own reusable ones.
Yeah, bro. I don't live in fucking communist China.
I know, right?
They give us bags at the grocery store.
I don't live in communist China. Yeah, come back, Sean. Come back. Keep giving you selling points, huh? But
yeah, great. I want to go home so I can fucking pay for plastic bags at the grocery store.
No, they're not even plastic. They're paper, so they suck. You can't even like carry them like normal.
Do you have to pay for them?
Yeah, 10 cents a bag.
10 cents for a paper bag?
Wait, you don't know this? So now
I thought my sister said it was 5.
I mean, it might depend on where you're going, but
maybe in the city, yeah.
But like so everyone just brings reusable bags now. That's what you have to do. Like if you go, you know how many times me and Chelsea like want to stop on our way home and we're like, fuck, we forgot the fucking grocery bags. Like we have grocery bags at our house now. I swear to God. Anyway, what was my whole point? Oh yeah, So he told me I had to stop letting her use the bathroom because every time she'd use the bathroom, there'd be like 3 paper towel rolls missing.
Where was this?
The Frosty Noggin.
The Frosty Noggin?
Yeah.
That's not a real place.
I swear to God, it was. That was a frozen yogurt place in the town of Pauling.
Was that the one by Mama's?
I think there was only ever one. Yeah, so probably. Yeah, I mean, it was...
On that strip there?
It was right next to McKinney and the chiropractor.
Yeah. What road is that? Charles Coleman?
It's either Charles Coleman or Main Street, yeah. I think it's Charles Coleman.
I know what you're talking about. I did not know it was called the Frosty Noggin, though. That sounds sexual.
I know, right? It's a really weird name. Anyway, continue with the story because it gets even better, does it not?
Well, we had many adventures, me and Trash Lady. Most of them were in the front of the house, but so that whole thing happened with Lou. And then I finally put it together. I'm like, oh, okay, so these guys who all fuck this nasty lady that live outside, they also know Lou because he's been there for forever.
Right.
So they know that sometimes Lou likes to put his dick in it too. And so one of them must have just gotten mad knowing that she was at Lou's house.
And
so they
the
must
cops?
have called the cops because they couldn't find her. and the cops were looking for her. That I hope that's why. I hope he's not just like, because as much as I hate this lady, I don't think she should be tied up and lose out. Like, God knows what would happen. What's going on in that household? I don't know. But then one day, when I had demolished the shed in my backyard, so I had the gate open to my backyard, and we're, moving loads in and out. And I take a break and just sit down and smoke a cigarette in a chair, and I look up in my backyard, and lo and behold, trash lady is standing, like, not even 2 feet away from me. And she tapped me on the shoulder. I'm like, oh, it's probably one of the guys, because I had guys working with me. I'm like, and I just literally, like, dropped my phone in my lap, and I just, are you fucking kidding me, out loud? Just, like, that was my first thought. Like, are you your face? This is the face I'm looking at right now in my backyard? She just marched her way back into my yard. Because what she started doing after a long period of time was she'd always have one of those guys with her, and they would stand on the street while she came up to my front door, or she came over to the side of the yard. I guess, like, I don't know, thinking that, like, because any of the homeless people who do, she's not the only one who does it. It's always the lady who comes up and, like, a guy with her that stands in the street. And I think it's because, like, the guys would do it, but they know that if I hit a dude, not a big deal. If there's a video of me beating the shit out of trash lady, which, oh, God, I would love to. But if there was a video of that, like, it's going to look really bad on my end, so they know. And so all I can do is verbally abuse her. So she's in my backyard, and my brother had this 80s Suzuki Dual Sport that was sitting in my yard. It was here for 4 years, or 3.5 years, up until the point I took the shed down. And so she had her eye on it. And finally, now the gate was open, and I was clearing everything out of the back. So she's in my backyard. I look up, and I'm like, what the fuck? And she just goes, how much for the bike? Like,
oh, yes, this is the story.
Like, how much for the bike?
This is the story I was thinking of.
And I'm like, excuse me? She's like, how much do you want for the fucking bike? And I just looked at her. I didn't even know what to say at first. I'm like, is this happening right now? I looked at this guy, not my brother, but this other guy, Tim, who he's working with me, this guy, Robert, who was working for the company. I'm looking around like, what? Who let this fucking lady into my yard? And she apparently told one of the guys in the front, like, oh, no, I know him. It's okay. So she marches in, and I'm like, the bike? I said, that bike's not for sale, bitch. She goes, come on, the bike's been sitting here for years. Just tell me how much you want for it.
I love how she knows that the bike was sitting there.
I know, because she's been watching, you know what I mean? She's been dying to be in my backyard, apparently with me, so she can ask me about this bike. Meanwhile, there is a guy in the front yard who she's claiming has the money for the bike. And I said, that bike's not for sale. She said, come on, it's been sitting here. How much do you want for it? Come on, you want to get rid of it. Just how much do you want for it? And I think she heard me. I was talking, one of the other guys actually wanted to buy the bike that was working. So I was talking to him about it. And I said, I don't care if you had $1 million fucking dollars, bitch. I still wouldn't sell you that fucking motorcycle. Get the fuck off my property right now. And she goes, you're just... And she starts talking to everybody else around me. She goes, he's just unreasonable. She won't directly say it to me ever. Everybody else, she goes, he's just unreasonable. He's just unreasonable. He's ridiculous. The bike just sits there. Nobody wants the bike. He's just going to let the bike fucking sit there. And I said, not $1 million, bitch. Not $1 million fucking dollars. And I start chasing her down the side of my house to get there. I said, get the fuck off my property. Get the fuck away from me. Stay the fuck away from me. And she's marching. Slowly, like, waddling, with her big old fucking tits just hanging out. And I'm screaming at her. And I said, you're trespassing, right? And she's, And I said, you trespass on my property again, I'm going to fucking shoot you. You're in my backyard. I'm going to fucking murder you. I'm saying all this crazy shit to this lady. And she's just, he is unreasonable. Fuck you. Blah, blah, blah.
I love that she kept saying he's unreasonable. Yeah, he's the unreasonable one. You're digging through his trash fucking year for the last, 3 years? And he's the unreasonable one.
Oh, she's out of her mind. She used to do that where she'd shake her head as I'm yelling at her. She wouldn't say anything. She'd just walk away. And I used to always yell at her in the front yard while she's walking across my front yard. I'm like, if you thought you were right, you wouldn't be walking away. And sometimes she'd turn and be like, and then keep walking. And I'm like, no, if you thought that I was wrong, you were right, you wouldn't just walk away and shake your head and say, I'm ridiculous, blah, blah, blah. You would explain to me how. You know you're wrong, you fucking bitch. Get off my property. And we had some. And then when I see her at the gas stations or like even just on the sidewalk that's not my house, she pretends that she doesn't know who I am. Or we haven't had all these conversations. Like one day, there's this guy in a wheelchair that used to live behind this sign for the reception hall that used to be there by my
This is
house.
like Mr. Rogers' neighborhood over here, huh?
Yeah, literally. So, and the weirdest part was, it was this Mexican reception hall, and no matter who was throwing a party there, they all knew this guy. Like, you know, a monument sign for a business, like the one that's outside, it's built out of, like, you know, block. So it's like a little wall with a sign in it. So, like, that was his shelter, and he lived there. And all these dudes who would be at a party at the reception hall would go out of the parking lot of the place to the sign, and they'd hang out and smoke with the guy. Like, they wouldn't bring him to the reception hall. They would go out to him at his little shack that he built on top of this wall. And they just...
Hey, he likes to host, dude. You can't blame him.
He's hosting, too. Yeah, outside the reception hall. And so they would just, like, hang out with this dude. And one day, the lady was doing something with him. And I walked by, and she's, like, trying to take something of his that was heavy. And I got my dogs. And she just looks at me, and as if we'd never spoke before, with a big smile, she goes, "Are you strong?" And I was like, "What?" And she's pretending like and I'm like, you know who I am, right? Like, I'm the person who curses you out almost every day. And she goes, Are you strong?"
I'm the person who said I was going to murder you.
Yeah. She's like, "You look like a big, strong guy. Like, I just need..." And I literally looked at her and I go, "No, I'm really not. I'm really weak. Like, I can't lift anything." And I just walked back to my house. But the way she's just so cavalier, like, we've never spoken before.
Do you think
I've never seen this guy in my life.
Do you think she was just fucked up? Like, does she do drugs, do you think, or do you think she's just crazy? Or both?
She does drugs, but she is the most coherent out of all the people she hangs out with.
Huh.
She's like the cult leader of the homeless people in my neighborhood. She brings them in, she kicks them out, you know, she fights with them and stuff. Like, I witnessed the whole thing. And she's usually the least fucked up. You know, I think she waits till, like, the middle of the night to get her high in. But she's never on,
that's
like, a lot of the people who she hangs out with, they'll be on the corner, and you can watch them. They're like, and they're just shouting at cars in the street. Like, when I drive by, they're like, "Fuck you! Fuck you!" And then literally this one lady who does it, she'll walk up to me, she's like, "Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you," as I'm driving down the street, and then I'm coming back from work, and I go to the gas station. Same lady will be there, and she comes to me and goes, "Sir, do you have $1? Do you have $1? And one morning, I was, like, super hungover with Brittany, and we pull into the Circle K before we were going on some trip. And this bitch had the audacity. She has cursed me out so many times, just for no reason. I walk out of a gas station, she just goes, "Fuck you! Fuck you, fucking fuck!" Like, just tweaked out of her mind. And I walked up to her, and she's like, "Sir, do you have $1?" And I was so pissed off that morning. I walked over and I said, "Are you out of your fucking mind?" She goes, "What? What do you mean?" I said, "You don't remember me?" She's like, "No, what are you talking about?" I said, "You told me yesterday to go fuck myself. You kept saying, fuck you, you want $1?" She's like, "That wasn't me. I don't know what you're talking about. I've never met you." And so I took $1 out and I gave it to her. And I said, "If you ever tell me to go fuck myself again, I'm going to fucking kill you." And I walked away. But I gave her $1.
I can't believe you
like,
did.
"Stop telling me to go fuck myself. You ruined my day."
I can't believe you actually gave her $1.
I was shocked too. Even Brittany was like, "Why are you even giving her money then? You're like cursing her out, but you're giving her money." I was like, I don't know. I was all fucked up, you know.
Yeah.
I was drinking a lot, but.
And then there was that other story about someone tried to break into your house. That's the best one. That's the holy grail right there.
Yeah, that happened a couple times, but the one time
Wait,
that was
what?
really serious.
Wait, what? Happened a couple times? I didn't know that.
Yeah, since I got the Ring doorbell, I caught more people, you know.
Oh, you just didn't catch them before.
But it'd be people snooping. Like, I'd watch them walk up, see the doorbell, like, looking, because I had tools and shit in the front. I had a trailer that was obviously full of tools. The house was obviously under construction from the outside, you could tell. So I'd have people who would, like, walk up before they see the Ring camera and everything. They're scoping it out. They're looking at the windows and stuff, you know what I mean? They go up to the door, kind of, like, feel the handle or whatever. And then they see the camera. And literally this kid, he's got to be, like, 19. Every day, he just, like, 5 times a day, he walks from one end of the neighborhood to the other out to, like, the gas station, back and forth. He's just constantly doing that. I don't know what he does, but that's his job. He's probably selling drugs is what I assume. But one day, he walks up to my front door. I guess he didn't realize I was home. And I get a notification on my Ring, and this fucking idiot there's a tool bag out front. He's looking at the tool bag, starts rummaging. He's looking in the bed of my truck, and then he's looking at the trailer that has all the tools. And then you can watch him He makes eye contact with the Ring doorbell and sees the camera, and he goes and waves,
What?
and then he just walks to the end like he's just like he was just walking up for just to say hi. Like,
why
as
would
if
you
it was
ever
just a
wave?
casual thing. I don't know.
What an idiot.
So I chased down the street because I got the notification, but it takes a second to load. So I'm like, what was going on? Usually it's just a car driving by or like a cat. And I'm like, what the fuck? This dude is right outside my front door. So he's like already halfway down to the end of the street. And I just started screaming like, bro, what the fuck? You know? And finally he turns around, I got his attention. He starts walking back towards me. And so I'm walking towards him. And I was like, what the fuck are you doing outside my house? Blah, 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 cursing him up. And then he realized that I'm the person coming from the house. And he stopped walking towards me. He's like, oh, I was just looking for my friend's house, man. And I was like, your friend's house? And I started pulling up the video. I was like, stay the fuck away from my house, dude. So he wasn't that big of a problem, though, because after that, he walks on the other side of the street now, you know. But this guy, it was like 11:30 at night. This was in like April or May, probably. I forget when. And my house is under construction. I'm sitting on the couch watching TV in my living room. Again, my TV is right next to the front door with 2 windows on each side. You can see, you can hear everything. And I'm sitting on my couch in my boxers watching TV. And all of a sudden, I hear a noise outside my front door. This is before I had the camera.
This
And
is
I
the
hear a
reason. This
guy
is
on
the
a
reason you
phone.
got the camera, right?
Yeah, this is the biggest reason I got it. So I hear a guy on the phone, and he's like, I can kind of see through the blinds that like it's a big smartphone. So most of these people don't have like smartphones and shit. But this guy, I didn't. He's not like a staple of the neighborhood. I'd never seen him before. But he's holding this thing in his hand, and I can hear him saying like, I don't know, man. I don't know if this is the right house. Because my dogs were barking. That's the only reason I really looked up. And they bark at everything, so I didn't think it was a big deal. And then I saw like a shirt go by the blinds. I'm like, what the fuck? And I see this phone in his hand. He's like, man, the dogs are barking. I hear the TV on. Like, all the lights are on, man. I don't think this is the right house. And I hear him saying this. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Then I see my handle is going like this. My front door handle. He's jiggling it.
And it was locked? It was locked or unlocked?
It was, yeah, no, I keep it locked. So I stood up and I'm like, fuck no. And I run to my bedroom to like, you know, throw shorts and my sneakers on, and I grab the gun, and I purposely waited until I get outside. I slam the front door so he knows I'm there. And while are you there?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm here.
It said the connection was unstable, sorry. While I'm coming outside, he's now in my truck bed, like not in it, but he's looking into my truck bed. And this motherfucker was like 6'5", literally. Like in good shape, like he was a big ass dude. And so he's like rummaging through my truck bed now when I come outside. And so I waited to cock it back when I was outside, so hopefully he hears that. I slammed the door. That wasn't enough. The guy starts just walking at me in my front yard, like aggressively, like moving towards me. I'm like, this is my house. You're coming after me now, you know? But when he did that, I had a gun. So I showed, I'm not going to say on the internet exactly, I didn't point at, I showed him, you know, that I had a gun. And I was fully ready to protect my home.
Wait. So did you wait? Did you cock it when you got outside, or did you wait till he was walking towards you, actually?
I cocked it when I walked. I slammed the door, and then I cocked it, and I let it clink, you know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
And then he, like, got curious, and his reaction to that was to start aggressively walking towards me. So then I just had to give him a little more of a demonstration, not in detail, but of that I was holding a gun. And literally, as soon as I did, he goes and dropped. He had his smartphone in one hand, like his other shit in the other hand, and just drops. And he goes, no, man, look. It's a misunderstanding. And I'm like, a misunderstanding. I think it is a misunderstanding, bud. It's a misunderstanding that I'm home right now and my door is locked. That's the misunderstanding.
And this is the wrong
I
house.
said, who the fuck are you on the phone with? Yeah, I was like, who the fuck are you on the phone with? He's like, no, that's a misunderstanding. It's my friend. I'm looking, look, man. I'm looking for his house. Like, that's my friend on the phone. So I'm like, oh, it's the wrong house. Like, I'm trying to meet up with him. And I was like, do you go to your friend's door handle and you jiggle it? And you say, why are your dogs home and your lights are on? Like, what? And so I ended up chasing them down the street. But the weirdest part of all that was
Home
the whole
Alone?
time there's a yeah, literally. He gets on his little bike and I'm walking him down. The whole time there was a car parked at the end of the block with their headlights on, like on bright, you know? The brights are on.
Oh,
And as soon as
it's
he
11. You
started
said it's
going-
11:30 at night, right? Yeah, I always forget that.
Yeah, so
For
when
some
I
reason in
chased
my
him
head,
down the
anytime you
street-
tell me these stories, it's always light out because it's the desert. So I always think it's light out.
No, this is It gets dark pretty early right now. But this is like 11:30 at night. And as soon as he starts going down the street, and I'm like walking him down to make sure he's not just going to turn around and come back to my house, this car starts moving towards us. You know, like my house is here, this guy, the car is over here, and this guy is now going this way down toward the elementary school. And this car starts driving up, slowly stops. And I'm looking, and then slowly stops. I'm like, this motherfucker's coming to get picked up. This is his ride. You know, like they dropped him off, they're watching, and that was his getaway car or whatever.
Right.
So as they start driving down, once he was down to the other end of the block, I turned to the middle of the street. No, I didn't fire off any fucking rounds. But with a gun in my hand, I just started walking in the middle of the street like Walter White.
King Kong! He got
down.
shit on me! These special effects is ridiculous.
So yeah, I started walking towards the car, and they just like peel out, going the other direction. But after that, I don't really have anybody trying to break in, you know.
Yeah, the word's out, I guess.
The homeless people, they talk amongst them. They really do, because they don't bother me much anymore either. Like even at the gas station, most of them won't ask me for anything. Trash lady knows. Like when I see her, and it's so weird. When I see her in public, she acts like she has no idea who I am. But when I'm on site, she just looks at me and gives me the snarl, you know, like, and walks away. Like the last time was when me and Brittany, we were sitting at the dining room table, which is also right by the window at the front, and we were doing something. And this is the last time she came to visit me, and I hear rummaging again. And I look on the Ring camera. Lo and behold, trash lady's back. She's going through my garbage, and I'm like, the audacity of this bitch. She doesn't even wait till I'm not home. Like I do things throughout the day, you know. Just pay attention. You live here. And so I didn't even have to go out. This time, Brittany goes out to the front door because she was well acquainted, obviously. She lived here for a while. She knew trash lady. And she just goes, bitch. Not today. Not today. Let's go. Nuh-uh, not today, bitch.
Wait a minute. Wait a second. Pause. Was Brittany a black woman?
No, she's not. No, she's just, you know, she liked hoop earrings, you know what I mean?
Okay.
But she's clapping at this lady like, not today, bitch. Not today. Get the fuck out of here. And she's not even super mean about it. She like smiles while she's doing it. And trash lady says to Brittany, she goes, I'm just gonna come back later, so you might as well let me go through them now. That's literally what she said. And Brittany goes, well, I'll be here tomorrow, and I'll be here the next day too, bitch. So why don't you come on back? And then she left.
Oh my
and that's the last time I ever
God.
dealt with her at my house.
Oh my God.
I didn't even have to deal with her that time. But yeah, city living.
You didn't tell
Great.
that. You didn't tell that other guy that you were gonna like murder him and shit. Didn't you say? I feel like the first time you told me the story, you were
The
saying
guy who tried to break in?
Yeah.
Yeah, I told him I was going to shoot him.
I feel like the first time you
I
told me.
showed him I was going to shoot him.
No, I know that, but I'm saying the first time you told me the story, I feel like. Never mind.
Oh yeah, no, I was screaming because I every story I've just told you, I'm saying the same thing. Like fuck you, I'll fucking shoot you. Like that's what I was saying to him too. I was just giving you a more tamed version because I've been yelling that. I feel it's like too much in this podcast. But that's why I said to him when I first walked out. I mean, keep in mind, I was not calm in the situation. I'm fucking freaking out. This guy's trying to break into my house, and he's massive. He looks like he belongs to the NBA. So I'm like, all right, if I didn't have the gun, I'm
Why?
fucked.
Because he's black?
You know, he wasn't even black.
Oh, now I'm racist.
You're racist. He wasn't black. Jesus Christ. No, he was tall. That's why he was tall and like he was jacked. You know what I mean?
How the
He wasn't jacked,
turntables?
but
How the
didn't look like
turntables?
some
I was trying to
schlub.
make a joke how you're
Yes.
racist, and I'm the racist one.
you're the racist. That was a very It's Always Sunny moment.
Oh, that was funny.
But yeah, no, I told him I was going to shoot him. I said, you know, all the things that you say to somebody breaking into your house. I was like, I'll shoot you right fucking now. What are you doing? Get the fuck off my property. I'm going to shoot you. Get off my property. I'm going to shoot you. And then he left. I said, don't come back.
For the record,
I live here.
For the record, I've heard this story before. I could have sworn Sean told me he was black, so sorry. It must have been a different story. I'm confusing that with. Just for the record, when you start talking about, big, 6'5", 200 pounds, you're going like this. I'm thinking of Josh. He's an athletic guy, you know.
I never said his weight either.
No, I know. You didn't.
200 pounds.
Well, you said ripped.
No,
whatever.
You just said 200
whatever.
pounds.
You were like 6'5", ripped. Whatever. Right?
6'5", 200 pounds wouldn't even be that bulky. But yeah, no, he was like not ripped. I did say that, but then I corrected. Like he was just he didn't look like a schlub. You know what I mean? He looked like he's worked out. He kept himself in decent shape. He's wearing a white wife beater.
No,
I
I
didn't
was
say he was white either, but he wasn't black.
I was just making a joke as to our old basketball coach in high school. He used to call athletic. He would
Yeah.
instead of saying this guy's black, he would just call them athletic. Remember that?
That's like ESPN on draft night. Yeah, all the young, really good black kids. They're like super athlete, like freak of nature athlete, and then all the white guys, like Pat Connaughton when he was being drafted, who is a freak of nature athlete. They're like, he's just a really scrappy glue guy. You know what I mean? Really great for the locker room. Like he's a gym rat. He's always in the gym working hard.
Yeah.
It's like you guys just say he's white.
Yeah.
Like. But
So
yeah,
now from the
Josh,
desert
that's a
to
whole
the
other-
desert to the tropics, if you will.
to the tropics. Yeah, that's the plan. Getting out of this godforsaken desert.
And then
Oh,
from the
I don't
tropics
like
to the tundra in New York.
Yeah. I was thinking about even coming there first, like maybe just do a little trip to hang out, get some good.
I got a
food.
spare bedroom,
Uh,
as you can see.
Do you? Oh, that's it.
It's a closet, basically.
What is that? A futon?
Yeah, it's a day bed.
You gonna put me on a daybed, bro?
I live in a 2-bedroom house. What do you want from me?
I'm kidding.
This is also my office and Chelsea's office, as you can see behind me, and the gym.
Oh, great. It feels like you're gonna like pull a curtain down or like a string from the roof and be like, and there's McDonald's upstairs. Like, what are you talking about?
It
You
feels
said everything in one
bigger.
room.
It feels bigger than it is though, because there's a high
Yeah,
ceiling.
it's not a spare bedroom or an office. It's just your storage room. It's cluttered as fuck. You just have everything. It's
How-
your closet. It's your
how
office.
dare
it's your
you.
day bed.
How dare you? How dare you? It's not that cluttered.
No, it's not that bad. I'm just
It
saying,
actually looks
if
worse.
that small of a room has that many purposes, it's none of the purposes.
It actually looks more cluttered than no. It's our office, and then we have a day bed in here, in case you know.
No, finish that first sentence.
What?
It actually looks more cluttered than it looks.
I said is. Did I
Or
not
you're
say
gonna
is?
say than it is? You didn't finish it, but I know you're gonna say is. But I'm looking at it, and it looks cluttered.
Because that's because of the.
How is it less cluttered than it looks?
No, because the floor and there's more room in here than it looks. Is what I'm getting at.
Oh, okay, yeah. It's just the angle of the camera, probably.
You know what, dude? Fuck
That's
you.
probably what it is.
Fuck you. I'm serious. There actually is more room in here than there is. No, that doesn't make any sense. There's more room in here than it looks like. But anyway,
I guess I could believe it.
you know what? Fuck you. If you
So,
come here, you can sleep on a couch. How about that one?
That is a couch. That's what you said to begin with.
It's a day
A
bed.
day bed is just a couch. Yeah. that's
A
just
couch with a
fancy name
mattress on it, you
for
asshole.
A futon.
It has a mattress.
Yeah, futon.
A futon has like a futon, like bullshit fucking mattress that curls up. This has a real mattress on it.
Okay.
And down here too. Look.
I'm sure it's really comfortable.
Look, you can have a guest if you want.
You love that shit. That's like your bed that you had growing up. You always have a hidden mattress.
I have a
What's wrong
trundle
with you?
bed. It was from that time I was going by Trundle.
You know, I didn't know that was your name at the time. You know what that always reminds me of, that bed?
What? See, look, when I move, doesn't it look like there's more room in here a little bit?
A little bit. Because right now you're covering the clothes. Yep, there you go. Back to the way it looked.
What about now?
When I see that pull-out bed, I just think, Margot!
No.
Margot!
No, the reason it looks cluttered is because of this. Watch. You know what? You got me very self-conscious about this now.
Are you going to take it out?
Watch.
He's going to move the clothes. Okay, great. Yeah, I know. You said it's a gym, too. There you go. Let's see you get on that stationary bike where it sits. Jesus. I mean, yeah, if you get rid of that, there you go. It still looks, having the exercise bike where it is too, though. It's like, okay, you're clearly not using it. It's in the corner of the room next to a desk.
What happened?
I said having the exercise bike squeezed next to your desk in the corner makes it look like it hasn't ever been used too, you know? It's just sitting there in the corner.
Well, we had it in our living room, and then Chelsea didn't like that it was in the living room for whatever reason. So she wanted to put it in the office.
Do you ever use it?
Yeah. Fuck yeah, I pay for a membership on that shit.
What is that, like a Peloton?
Yeah. Doesn't it? Maybe I should have done this. The thing's on fucking wheels. I guess I should have moved that to begin with, right? It looked like shit.
Yeah. Especially because it's on wheels.
Why did I not move it? I don't understand.
I don't know. I mean, I had a nicer spot in my living room. I have this big map behind me. So it would have been a nicer like backdrop, but this is just a white fucking wall.
I'd make do with what you got, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I couldn't.
Well, and the reason, it's funny because the reason.
Microphone that I really need.
Yeah, exactly. You should get one of those stands. Like, do you have like a coffee table or something in your living room?
Yeah, the coffee table is what I couldn't mount it to.
You know what you could do? You can get one of those. They make stands that just like a tripod. It's basically like a tripod, and it's got a counter.
Yeah, for the mic.
Yeah. Then you can put it
Well,
wherever.
I have a mic stand, which I just didn't think about before. I could have brought the mic stand in the living room.
But the
just
mic
dropped it
stand.
down,
Oh,
yeah.
right, because you have that adapter right there, so that would have worked. Yeah.
Yeah, and I have the. Oh, actually, you know what? Yeah, this is a thicker microphone, so I don't know if it would fit in the stand I have for it. But I could probably mount this onto it. But I have a mic stand for like when we play music, you know.
Right.
I have different microphones that go to a PA system I have.
You have a PA
So we
system?
can do some real good. Yeah, like a PA amp.
Oh, right.
Like I don't even know what PA stands for, but
Public announcement.
you know when is it?
I don't think so. Maybe.
It does in some circumstances, but I don't think it does in the context of an amplifier.
PSA.
But like I have we have this. Yeah, that's public service. I don't know if you can see the half stack amp.
Yeah.
You can
Half
plug
stack?
guitar into that. You can't
Half
just
stack?
Stack.
Oh, I was like, is this Sons of Anarchy? Have you ever seen that show?
Yeah.
Remember the
Is
Prospect
that
half
the name
stack?
of the?
I think. Right?
No.
Yeah,
I
it
never
is.
got that much into it. I've seen episodes of it, but anyway, you
fuck
can
me.
plug a guitar into that amp setup, but you can't plug a microphone. So I
Gotcha.
have another one behind me, or behind you. That it's not behind you either. Behind the computer, I have another one that's specifically for.
Apparently, behind me, there's just a cluttered room, you know?
Pretty much.
How is
I
it
mean, my room's
cluttered?
cluttered right now too.
How is it cluttered? It's neat.
Nah, take out the bike and it would look. Yeah, it would make sense.
You know, you
Or
want to talk.
maybe
You
if-
want
even
to talk
if you,
about
like, turn-
You want to talk about audacity. This motherfucker. Yo, your room in high school. Want to talk about cluttered?
What, bedroom?
Yes, motherfucker.
My bedroom?
Yeah, your bedroom.
What's wrong with my bedroom? What?
It wasn't cluttered.
How was it cluttered?
Are you
I had
serious?
a bed and a TV.
How dare you? How dare you,
It was disorganized. It was messy. But what was the clutter?
bro? I had to. You know that song? Tiptoeing in my Jordans. I had to do that around close to get to my bed. And you just had a mattress
well,
laying on the floor for us, at all times. It was like Sean. Did Sean have someone sleep over every night? No. Was there a mattress on the floor of his room every single night? Yes.
There's nowhere else to put it.
That's why you need a day bed or a trundle
Sorry,
bed.
I gave you a bed to sleep on. Yeah. No, it's way better
Oh,
that I
here
was
we go.
sleeping.
Here we go.
I was sleeping next to your bed, but below you. So on the ground on a mattress, but I was in a cabinet.
Yeah. I was in the same spot at
So
your
hopefully-
house, just not in a
Hopefully
cabinet.
In the middle of no, but it wasn't like I pulled the mattress from out underneath my bed. in the middle of the night, if you like, I don't know, fart or whatever, I'm just right below you.
Wasn't the mattress in your bedroom in the same exact spot, just not under like a pullout
I think
thing?
it was at like the foot of my bed. Well, it depended. I mean, it was mobile. It wasn't in some weird cabinet. You can move it wherever you want. You can sleep on the other side of the room if you want.
Okay. Fuck you, bro. This guy.
I forgot about that. You guys used to sleep on that little twin size mattress.
Yeah, the first time I ever got high was at your house.
Was it?
Oh, that's not true. That
At
was
my house?
No, that's not true. It was at John Canale's house. And then
That makes
after that, it was at your house. The first time I enjoyed my high was at your house, I guess, because the first time I just freaked out and I was like, "What's going on?" And the second time I was like, "Oh, this is the same exact thing that happened last time. Might as well try to enjoy it." And then
Well, there you go. That describes it pretty well.
yeah. We used to just smoke out of your window. Smoking out the window.
That or like we'd just walk out the front door of the mudroom. Eventually, when I realized that like
Mudroom.
we could just walk out the front door.
The front door of the mud. Oh, right. The pool room, right?
You know, how, there was a front door, but we always walk. Yeah, the mudroom was really how you went in.
Right.
Yeah, where the pool table was. I don't remember what age it was, but it was some point when Tim was home, and I think it was my birthday. We rolled a couple blunts, and I was like, "Where are we gonna smoke?" Because we used to, just like smoke out the window of the bedroom.
Well, and Sarah had a
basement.
balcony, that lucky fuck.
Yeah, whenever I could get Sarah to be down, we'd go on her balcony. But Tim rolled the blunts. It was like a half an hour after my mom went upstairs. He's like, "What do you mean? We just walk out the front door?" And I'm like, "What? You out of your mind?"
It's like that Always
We just
Sunny
walked out the
episode.
front door.
It's like that Always Sunny episode where they're trying to break into the house to steal the vase or something. It's like they're trying to do like a Indiana Jones thing. Remember that?
Yeah.
It's actually, and then they talk about opening leather shops in Arizona. They'd be out of business in a week's time. But yeah,
They're trapped in the closets.
Yeah, they're trapped in the closet, and then Charlie just comes in, and they're like, "How the fuck? How did you get in here? We're trying to get out. We couldn't even get out.
I just walked right
I
in.
just walked in the front door." They got so much other shit
Yeah,
going
sure.
on. They're not paying attention.
That's exactly.
Well, all right. Before we wrap this up, let's talk about your dead dog that was in the garage for what, 3 months?
Bro, don't do Simba like that.
You did something like that, bro, not me.
I didn't. Oh, that was not my responsibility. I kept telling my mom, like, you can't leave the dog. What are you doing?
So
I was a kid.
So
What am I
Sean,
gonna do
so
with
Sean
it?
had a garage that they like didn't use because his dad put a basketball hoop in there for him. It was like a high
But no,
ceiling.
we couldn't use the basketball hoop either because there would be like one car in the garage.
Well, they'd move it so we could play.
Yeah, sometimes.
I feel like we play it all the time.
But it was
Anyway,
like storage.
whatever.
There was a lot of storage shit in there.
Yeah, and then there's a basketball hoop. So like in the winter and shit, it was awesome. We'd just play basketball in there. And one time we're playing, and all of a sudden the ball rolls over, hits a big garbage bag, big bulky garbage bag. I'm like, the fuck is that? And it was Sean's dog.
It wasn't mine. It was the
That
family's
story
dog.
might have been a little bit inflated, but
Yeah, a little bit exaggerated.
all right. Well, why don't you tell it?
The
Because this is very interesting.
I
I think
don't
this
want
is,
shit
I think
this
it's I think
story.
it's very intriguing. I do.
The dog. Well, first of all, my mom disputes that it was that amount of time, so I need actually your backup because it was kind of a long time, right? It was like at least over a month.
I think so. Yeah, it was a couple weeks at least. Yeah.
She says it was like days, and I'm like, no, there's no way. But we had a dog that
I've embellished the
We had
story. I've
several
embellished
dogs.
the story so many times that I can't keep track of how long it actually was. You know what I mean?
that's why I can't figure it out either. But I feel like the dog was in there for a while. We had a bunch of dogs, but one of them that we got when we were all really little, my mom didn't want a dog at the time, but my oldest brother cried. at the
Go
pet
figure.
store,
That's
so
why
my
she
dad
left
was
it
like,
in the
"We'll get
garage
the
for
dog."
7 weeks.
So my mom had to take care of a dog she didn't want, and this dog turned out to be a dick because when you don't want a dog, turns out the dog doesn't want you either. So Simba
Turns
was a
out.
little prick, and he always tried to get out. And he would nip at people, like snap at them. He did bite a couple people. He's a bad dog. So anyway, he lived way longer than anyone expected. I think he was like 13 or 14 when he finally crowed.
And he was a bull
And we had
mastiff,
moved
right?
to the new house.
Or no.
he was a Shiba Inu.
Okay.
So we moved to the new house. We had 2 Saint Bernards and Simba, and this fucked up part is the 2 Saint Bernards lived in the house, and Simba lived in the garage because he was always like really greasy and oily. My mom was like, he shed. The other dog shed too, but she's always like, he sheds and his hair is gross. My mom would leave him in the garage while the other 2 dogs lived inside. It's fucked up. So one day, lo and behold, my mom goes out to the garage and Simba's he dropped dead.
Yeah, he froze to death.
Again, he was
He
like
froze
13
to death.
or 14. He did not freeze
He froze to
to death. That was
death.
like the cause of death. But he,
That garage
it
was
was
cold.
not like it was negative 10 degrees.
That garage was cold, bro.
It was not that cold. Anyway.
So wait,
died.
so come to find out, your
He
mom
was like
killed
13.
the dog this whole time?
She didn't kill him. He was like 13 or 14 years old. The dog died of old age. And when he died, the ground was frozen because it was cold outside. So my mom, I was a kid. I didn't have any say in any of this. But my parents weren't going to pay for like a fucking burial for the dog. But you got to do something with the body. So what we would normally do is, obviously, like I've done in my house with my dead cat, you dig a hole in the backyard. The problem was the ground was frozen because it was winter. So my mom put the dog in one of those like hefty construction contractor garbage bags.
Hefty. Wimpy.
She double bagged him. She double bagged him like a nice glass bottle at a grocery store. And she said we have to wait, or she has to wait until the ground is soft enough to dig, because she couldn't dig with the frozen ground. So the dog sat in a garbage bag in the garage until the ground was defrosted, and now he's buried at the side of the house.
Your mom killed the dog, forgot about it for a couple weeks, and then decided to bury it finally.
That's not what happened. She didn't kill the dog. She walked out with like a knife.
No. She what do they call that? Negligent homicide.
I think that is a thing.
Yeah, it's me.
Well, whatever.
The ground. Put it this way, if it was cold enough for the ground not to be dug up, it was probably cold enough for the dog to freeze to death.
No, dude, he was fine. He lived out there the whole time. The husky we had, she preferred to be outside in the cold like that.
Right. Are you jerking off?
She had cancer lung flu. What? No, I'm petting my dog. Applesauce under my leg.
Did she just go like this, or?
No. Well, she's the other one.
Oh, that's
This
he.
guy was under my legs.
Did he do this with his
This
ears?
is he.
'Cause I heard something.
But I was scratching his head underneath me, and she was doing. She does that with her ears all the
he's
time.
like purring.
Yeah, he does.
Oh, he's gonna bust, dude. All right, when are you hanging out with Savino?
I don't know. I gotta text him. He wanted to like go. Oh, is it 2:00?
I was gonna say we're almost at 2 hours. You want to wrap it up, or?
Yeah, no, I'm definitely down to wrap it up. Originally, he like wanted to go to the mall, but then last night he remembered there's I guess there's football on today, the playoffs or something.
Oh,
so I don't know. He said because Griffin went camping last night, so he said Griffin was gonna be back in time to watch the game or something. So I don't know. I gotta hit him up. But either way.
So what do you think for episode?
My back kind of hurts from this couch.
What do you think for episode name? Trash Lady.
I like that.
All right.
Trash lady. Somebody put me in the trash. Frank. Yeah, trash lady or negligent homicide.
Yeah. You'd have to make it all the way to the end of the episode to get that one.
Oh, there you go. What else did we talk about before that?
Oh, a bundle of sticks.
Bundle of sticks.
Bundle of
That
sticks
should
and
just be the name of
stones.
the podcast.
Bundle of sticks and stones.
A bundle of sticks and stones. That was a good one too. But yeah, let's do it again next weekend if you're down.
Down. Yeah, I think probably next weekend I'll probably be working Saturday, so we'll plan for Sunday, I guess.
Yeah, I'd rather do Sundays, but it's
Yeah.
not really a big deal either way.
Yeah, the only reason that I decided or asked you to move it is because of I go to work. I start at 1 on Sunday. It's 1 to midnight, so
But just tomorrow, right?
yeah, it's not like a normal thing every week. Yeah, I mean, I have a scheduled amount of those throughout the winter. There's usually I think 5, but I had to cover someone's because someone quit and they had to go down the list with it, and it got to me. So,
Oh, okay.
but I only have like
All right, well, yeah,
I only have like 2 or 3 others Sunday nights scheduled for the winter. So, but we'll figure that out.
Yeah, we'll figure something out. I'll try to figure out because my back. I hate sitting on this couch because I have to lean forward, so my back hurts.
Yeah, get your mic
but-
stand next time.
Yeah, well, honestly, if I didn't live, this is actually better height wise than the other living room because the table you'd be looking up at me, which is like the worst angle. You know what I mean? I was looking at like boogers and shit in my nose. So this is as far as like a setup goes. This is probably even better than the other living room. But I was gonna get a desk here and set up like an office room, but now that I'm moving, I'm gonna get rid of most of my furniture. I don't think I'm gonna buy. What's the point of buying a desk? You know.
Yeah.
I'll pull a chair in next time and see if I gotta have something that's a taller height that I can put the computer on. So we'll figure something out. And my mic should be here today. So.
Oh, that's right. So we'll have even better audio next time. Yep.
I mean, this one did just fine. This one did just fine for this podcast, right?
It did, yeah. It sounds good. All right, man.
All right.
Have fun with Savino and Griffin.
Your face.
What?
Why you gotta do that? No, it will be. The Knicks are on. The Knicks are on at 5:30, everybody. So 5:30 AZ time. So tune in, support Rowan Barrett, RJ Barrett. Just got Cam Reddish too. Did you see that?
I did see that. I don't know who that is though, unfortunately.
You know how at Duke they had like the big 3?
Yeah.
It was RJ, Cam Reddish, and Zion all played for the same. They were the top 3 prospects. They all went to the same team.
Well, I don't know who Cam Reddish was, but sure.
He was the other top he was like the number 1 high school recruit.
I know Zion.
Or RJ, I forget. Obviously, you know who Zion is. But the Knicks now have 2 out of 3 of them. So Zion's obviously going to come next.
Oh. Wow. Wait, actually? That's the word on the street?
I mean, I don't talk to him. Yeah, well, Zion has said like he wants to play in New York. He literally had a post-game interview after they played in the Garden. They were like, "Would you want to play in the Garden?" And you know, most people was like, "Well, obviously, you know, the Garden's great, but I'm happy where I am." He was just like, he just started laughing. He's like, "Yeah, I would love to play in the Garden every night." And then like it's always been his family like put shit out there all the time that like he doesn't want to be in New Orleans and stuff. So, but he doesn't play. He's like too fat and he has a hurt foot. So I don't think it's gonna happen. But have you seen him?
Sounds like he sounds like he'd
340
fit in
pounds,
well on the
340
Knicks.
Yeah. Hey, they're not bad. They're not great, but they're very mediocre now. So anyway, all right.
All right, man.
Keep it sleazy.
Love you, brother.
Comedy.
Comedy.
This has been Kevin Hart.
All right.
All right, man.
Later.